mother used to say I was impetuous since I was 5 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And that's important because a lot in the book, things that I did, both in a war and peace time, had impetuousness as its base. Oh yeah, my dad, I had to copy this down because it's hard to remember, but I have it written down somewhere. He used to call me the D kid. He said I was deliberately destructive, disobedient, disrespectful, and disturbing. He said,
wow.
Otherwise, you're a good kid. That's right.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful.
Well, and my sister called me the Red Terror.
The Red Terror.
So I had some pretty good names.
Yeah.
So I was a well-loved kid.
I can see that.
Really bad kid. I had a cousin who was like my kid brother. He was a year and a half younger than I, Jerry. He passed away about 4 or 5 years ago. He was fairly young. So he was like my kid brother. We lived together. So I used to get him in all kinds of trouble because he was so quiet and refined and nice, and he'd do anything his mother asked him and anything anybody asked him to do.
Yeah.
You know, like, get me those bricks over there. He carried a ton of bricks to me. I mean, he'd do anything he told him to do. So he was the opposite.
Opposite of you.
Yeah. So our games, needless to say, were not typical little boy games. So we got into a car, on somebody's car. We had company, and it must have been about 6 cars there. I don't know whose car it was. But in those days, they had emergency brakes. You had to use the emergency brake all the time.
Mm.
So, and they were like a big stick, the emergency brake.
Okay.
Pulled up.
Okay.
So we got into this car. It was like a 2-seater, it's hard to say what it was. 2-seater sedan, I guess it was. Anyway, we were on a little hill, and I put down the emergency brake just to see what would happen. And here's 2 uncles, one on each side of the car, running after us. And Jerry screaming away, "What did you do?" So he's saying, "Stop it." I said, "How can I stop it? I don't know how to do it. I couldn't pull that thing up. It was too heavy."
Yeah.
And they had like a step to get into the car.
Okay.
I forget what they call them already. They sure don't have them now. So finally, one of the uncles stepped on it, got onto that, and held on. We weren't going slow, but we're going.
Mm-hmm.
But he couldn't reach the emergency brake.
Okay.
So he took the steering wheel and he steered into the field.
Okay, yeah.
And finally stopped.
Uh-huh.
That was only one of our
many adventures. Oh.
many adventures. And you could well imagine his parents and my parents and the other parents, who think maybe their children are going to get some of this somehow, like a virus. So, we weren't the most popular.
The Red Terror virus.
The Red Terror virus, yeah. All right, kids, don't forget, click on to subscribe. You'll be happy. You won't be bored, I promise. Click.